The train stopped at the city station, and Joe Gab woke up. He was surprised because he didn't find himself in Raphael's house. Joe Gab felt optimistic and free and flew to the city like a butterfly. Jujab entered the city excitedly and was looking at the tall adjacent buildings and the crowded streets and people. Jujab was confused and thought about where he would start his harvest today, and he said to himself, "Should I start with this elegant lady or this elegant restaurant?" While he was thinking, he saw a scene that interrupted his train of thought. Jujab saw the policeman catching a thief who had tried to steal an apple from the vegetable seller. Jujab realized that stealing here is not as easy as in the village, as the police are everywhere here. Jujab thought about another way to live. In the city, stealing doesn't work here, and he doesn't want to live in jail. Gojab wandered around the city for a long time and felt despair. He missed his friend Mario very much. He smiled and remembered how their first meeting was and how Mario deceived him with his clever trick. He felt very hungry, so he went to buy a loaf of bread to satisfy his hunger. He met the baker and asked him for 2 loaves of bread. The baker asked him, "You are a stranger to the village, aren't you, my son?" Gojab replied, "Yes, sir. I arrived here in the morning." The baker said, "What is your name, boy?" Jujab thought a little and replied, "Harry. My name is Harry, sir." The baker said, "Welcome, Harry, we are honored. Go ahead and take the bread." He took the bread and ate it greedily, even though it was not as delicious as the one in the village, but he was hungry. And he thought about the reason that made him lie about his name. In any case, the name Jujab is not a nice name, and he had never liked it. He decided to call himself Harry. Harry continued to search for work that would keep him alive and dignified, and he lay down on one of the hay wagons and thought carefully about his future until he felt sleepy and fell asleep. Harry woke up, went to the baker, and an idea came to his mind. Yes, Harry went to the good baker and told him that he wanted to work with him. The baker apologized because there was no place for a new worker, but Harry insisted and told him that he would teach him a way to make bread better tasting and of better quality. And indeed, the baker tasted the bread that Harry made, and he liked it very much, and Harry began working with the good baker, Frank, with a wage that would keep him alive. Harry felt great happiness, as honest work is much better than living on theft, people's money, and harming others. Harry saw a luxurious restaurant filled with delicious smells, smells that he was not accustomed to smelling. Harry entered the restaurant and felt great and wished he could eat a bite of one of these wondrous dishes. One of the chefs saw him and fired him because Harry's poor appearance did not suit the restaurant, as it was intended for the noble class only, and Harry didn't have enough money. Harry was upset about being poor all his life and asked himself, "Don't I deserve to live my life as a rich, respected man?" Harry began to make friends with the city's teenagers. He was naturally popular and a wonderful leader. He began to learn many skills and jobs. He was quick to learn in any field. He learned carpentry with Mr. Kane, and he went to the market and watched the merchants to learn from them the methods of selling and negotiating until he mastered many skills in a short period. Harry became a stable, educated, cultured young man. He read many books and became more manly and sober. He ignored the courtship of beautiful girls until his reputation spread throughout the country and he became a member of the nobility. He established many companies and became one of the most successful businessmen. He was kind and helpful to the poor and needy. He was different from the rest of the rich, as he was not arrogant like them, but was humble and sat with the poor. until the percentage of poor people and theft decreased, all thanks to Harry, and this is what bothered the rich so much. Harry thought to himself, thought about the success he had achieved, and remembered his childhood memories and adventures and felt nostalgic for them. Harry remembered his old village and felt curious about it. He wondered about Raphael and his old mother and about his first and best friend Mario, and decided to travel there and find out how he was doing in his village.